Hello there, KELOLAND. I'm meteorologist Tony Barlow. We are going to take a quick look ahead at what we're expecting here for the end of the week. It's Tuesday, about 3:30, so keep in mind the forecast subject to change. This forecast will be pretty accurate, though, over the next 6 to 12 hours as I'll show you what we're looking at today, and then, of course, things are subject to change, as they always are in the weather. So stay tuned to KELOLAND.com and KELOLAND TV. We'll have updates for you as the storm system moves on in. It's basically right now looking like two storm systems, kind of two areas of that we'll need to watch. The first one coming through Wednesday night into Thursday, and the second batch coming through probably Thursday night into Friday. And they're very distinctly different, those two batches. So that's what we're going to talk about here coming up. The first thing I want to show you is what we call a meteogram. And this is something that we use as a general rule. Now, I don't want you to get stuck on exactly how much snow this is predicting, but you can see here snow in inches. The models would spit out anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow in the Sioux Falls area. This is often inflated, so don't think we're getting that much snow. What I wanted to show you here is the two waves of precipitation. So the top thing we're looking at there was snowfall. What you can see here is that the precipitation actually is climbing as we go from Wednesday night into Thursday. Kind of levels off here as we go through Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. And that's where I do expect us to have a bit of a lull in the precipitation. It looks like we'll get a break there from at least the heavier precip. So we'll get one batch coming through. It looks like that Wednesday night into Thursday. Notice also if you scan up here to where that precip is climbing, we're not getting any snow at that time. That's because that initial wave looks like it'll likely be rain or possibly some freezing rain as well. But in the southeast, it's looking like rain. The best chance of freezing rain, we're thinking probably north of 14, northeast portions of South Dakota. We get our second wave then coming in as we go through after midnight on Thursday into Friday. You see how quickly we add the precip up there. Pretty sharp pickup. And this time it correlates with snowfall. So the first wave comes through. Looks like we won't see a lot of snow. It'll probably be rain, maybe a short period of freezing rain, but mostly just rainfall, plain old rain, melting off some of that snow. We'll get a bit of a lull, a break, and then it looks like another round of precip coming in, and that'll likely be snow with some much colder temperatures. Looking at the weather models as we lay out this storm system, this is the latest run. So this would be what we would call the 12Z GFS model output for this storm. So starting tonight, obviously quiet. Today, the rest of tonight, your Tuesday night into Friday, look quiet. Here comes the storm then. You can see it out here over the west. It's come ashore, and it'll begin to work its way towards us. In advance of the storm, what we see is we have counterclockwise winds on an area of low pressure, and that's going to bring in, surge in warmer air. So we see that wrap around and brings in that warm air. Where you see this 546 line, that's very warm air for this time of year. 540 line, typically anything north of the 540 line, we can see snow. So obviously, this is going to be probably quite a bit of just liquid precip initially. So as the area of low pressure moves in, we have a little bit of precip down here, maybe some fog or maybe some drizzle. Drizzle, I think, is a good bet. Maybe some freezing drizzle as well. And then as we continue into the Thursday morning time frame, this is around 6 a.m., what I want you to notice here is we're still very warm in the southeast. That's where we're thinking mostly rain. Well, we've got this cold air crashing on behind it, and the winds are going to be picking up as well. So we're going to see first the warm surge of air, then cold air wraps in behind it, and that'll likely change precipitation over quickly from rain, drizzle, or even some of that patchy freezing rain into snow then as we go into Thursday night. So this is some pretty good precipitation here by noon on Thursday. Good amounts in the northeast, but it looks like it'll be cold enough at that point for us to see snow. Then that first wave pushes out, and it looks like we catch a bit of a break here Thursday night, Thursday late afternoon into Friday. But here comes our next wave of precipitation, and what you'll notice is temperatures are much, much colder with the second wave as we go into Thursday night into Friday. And that's likely when we're going to see accumulating snowfall. This latest run brings some heavier snows into eastern South Dakota. Then the last several runs, central South Dakota would end up with some measurable snow as well. But you can see as we continue then into Friday night and Saturday, heaviest precip looks to be across portions of central Minnesota. And then the models really kick it out pretty fast here as we go into the New Year day. Still likely some blowing snow around as well. So that's what we have. That's the latest from the Storm Center as far as our forecast is concerned. Again, couple rounds of precip. We'll get the first one, looks like Wednesday night into Thursday, and then another one Thursday night into Friday. And then snow continues off and on Friday. Blowing snow will be likely as well. Bitterly cold temperatures, blowing snow are a sure bet, and some pretty dangerous wind chills as well. That's the latest from the Storm Center. Thanks for tuning in at KELOLAND.com. Stay tuned to KELOLAND.com and KELOLAND TV for the latest.